So their plan is to kill you and upload you into the machine.
Like a digital Joe.
Immortality.
Digital Joe.
Immortality.
What did they call it in Freejack?
Oh,
he spent 36 hours. You have 36 hours in
spiritual
spirit chamber. Spiritual
switchboard.
Yeah.
Are we ready to talk about this movie?
I don't know. I thought it fit in that. It fit in the conversation. All right.
Oh, this is a classic.
Oh, here we go. Set it off.
Lugcast.
Might as well. Freejack, right? That's what we watched.
Freejack. That is what we watched.
Now, was it called that because of Mick Jagger?
No.
Oh, that's not his name.
No.
It was called. Did you not watch the movie? Did you watch it like 20 years ago or something? You're like, I already know the movie. I don't need to watch it again.
I was trying to make a pun on his name, but his name is Jagger, not Jacker. I was thinking of Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger.
That's his name.
That's a whole different movie.
Yeah, that's a different movie.
That's a whole different movie.
We'll review that next time. Dick Jacker, not Mick Jagger. That's what I was thinking of, that movie.
You would.
So, we watched a movie from 1992 called Freejack, starring Emilio Estevez, Rene Russo, I think, Mick Jagger, Anthony Hopkins, and the guy that plays Mike in Breaking Bad. I forgot his name. Anyway.
Oh yeah, that is him.
Yeah, that's him. He's just older now.
30 years younger.
Yeah. So the movie kind of starts out. Emilio Estevez and Rene Russo are a couple, and he's a famous race car driver, and it kind of intercedes with scenes of the future that you're not really sure are what's going on, is the future or what. But what's happened is Mick Jagger has set up this, he's called a bone jacker, and what they do is they kidnap bodies from the past and they bring them to the future, which is 2009, I believe, and they people that are dying, rich people, can have their minds uploaded into something called the spiritual switchboard. Is that what it was?
When you die, you can get uploaded into the spiritual switchboard.
If you're rich.
If you're rich. So your consciousness is uploaded there, and then they hire a bone jacker to do...
to snatch somebody out of time.
Yeah, out of the past. And I guess they do it right before they die because they don't want to mess with the time stream or whatever.
The exact time coordinates and space coordinates to be able to pull somebody out.
And
so somebody that died on camera during a fiery car crash.
So Emilio Estevez is in 1991, and his car crashes into a bridge, something that's on the racetrack, goes over the racetrack, and they never find the body in 91 because it's been stolen, brought through time by Mick Jagger and his machine to be a body for Anthony Hopkins' consciousness that's uploaded to the spiritual switchboard. So that's
McCandles. He was McCandles.
McCandles, yeah. So that's kind of how the movie starts, and things don't go as planned. Emilio Estevez is supposed to be kind of lobotomized by electricity, so they can just use the body and the brain, put the consciousness in the new brain, but he ends up escaping, and he's on the run. And the rest of the movie is about him going through town. Oh, it also had what's his face that played his agent.
Yeah, the guy that was in Scrooged as the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Yeah.
He also had a couple of hit songs.
Oh, really? I didn't know
back in
that.
the day.
He sang.
Yeah. He was a singer.
Oh.
But so he goes through the future. Emilio Estevez running from Mick Jagger and trying to get to the bottom of what's really going on and find his girlfriend, which he does, and they kind of team up. And I won't spoil the ending for you. Who actually it is that wants the body to put his consciousness in, but I will say it's got a lot of interesting twists and turns. It's got some interesting CGI in it from the early 90s. It's much better than what's that movie we watched last time with the dissolving person that goes against the energy net
Oh,
out
anything
in the
was better
desert.
than that. I thought you were talking about Last
Cyber Seeker. It's much better than the CGI in our last movie, Cyber Seeker, although it's still very, very 90s because it's 92. It's probably made in 91 and put out in 92. And, but yeah, it's exciting. It's got some really cool. Actually, my favorite part of the movie was probably the car chases and the chase scenes because they really want to drive home that he is a race car driver. So Emilio Estevez, that is, and so him running from, in different vehicles and stuff like that is pretty cool. But if you're looking for an early '90s kind of sci-fi action movie with some of the biggest stars at the time, because this wasn't too far after Repo Man, I don't think came out.
Oh, this was like right after Young Guns.
Oh, Young Guns. So Emilio Estevez was basically on top of the world at the time.
Yeah.
And what was the one where he was Working Man or Men at Work? Men at
Him and his brother.
Yeah. So he was he was pretty big time at this time. Yeah.
You would recognize David Johansen, aka Buster Poindexter, from the song "Hot Hot Hot."
Did he sing the song "Hot Hot Hot"?
Yes.
And he was his agent in Freejack, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got some funny scenes. The nun is pretty funny. You have to keep in mind they don't really say what happened. Some kind of major depression or something happened. This old bum talks about, and everything is polluted. Like because in the beginning I was wondering why don't they just take somebody that's already there and use that body, and then the agent explains that everybody is so messed up from pollution and drugs
and
diseases and viruses that the only clean bodies they can find are ones from the past before the earth got all screwed up with pollution and disease and stuff. So that's why they steal bodies from the past. Mick Jagger, I thought was pretty good, for being a singer. Has he been in other movies too, or?
I think he has, but nothing, pops out as memorable.
This is a pretty big budget movie. I mean,
it was a little generic, but I really enjoyed the one-liners in this.
The car chase scenes and the nun were probably my favorite part of the movie. What about you guys?
I liked Mick Jagger's one-liners.
Yeah.
And playing off of Emilio Estevez, how am I doing? Not bad.
Not bad. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a fun movie. I loved it. It was a lot better than most of the movies we've seen recently.
Let's say it's definitely one of the better movies we've seen on the show.
And it was a tech-adjacent movie.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you guys about that. Do you think that is a possibility in the future to upload your consciousness to a computer?
That might happen to some degree. I don't know how total it will be.
I mean, do you think you would have your memories from being who you once were and stuff, so that, or do you think it'd be just a simulation of you?
It would just be
definitely be a simulation of you. Yeah. But oddly enough, I think it'd be easier to pull your memories out than it would be to shove them into something else or somebody else.
How would you even pull them out?
Brainwaves are just electricity.
Yeah, synapses are synapses.
Right.
So
again, to pull them out,
rebuild your brain as a neural network or something silly like that.
Right.
Turn you into data.
Like an exact replica of your brain, just with electronics.
Yeah.
Software.
And I don't mean like turn you into digital data. I mean turn you into Data, the android.
Right.
Star Trek.
But do you think you would be they would put you into like an android body.
Could,
Matter.
sure. I mean, if they could pull you out in any way, they could probably shove you into another robot, into a robot.
Sure, there's millions of movies with that theme, probably, right?
Yeah, but the first ones are going to suck.
Oh, of course. Never be the first. You want to be like the number 900th
Right.
after they've worked out all the bugs.
Yeah, and then they look at the guy that got the first guy that did it, and they're like, "Ha ha,
Yeah.
you suck."
You know, because everybody this was a trend for a while. I don't know if it's still going on, but people had their heads like cryogenically frozen after they died. You know, like I think there's a famous baseball player whose head is frozen. Ted
Walt
Williams.
Disney.
I was going to say Walt Disney. Yeah.
Oh, Walt Disney is frozen head.
Well, that's what they
Cryogenically
say.
frozen.
That's what they say.
Is that actually true? I thought that was
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think
legend.
so.
I don't know.
I think
Half of
Ted
those
Williams' head is
cryogenics
actually
places-
frozen.
Yeah, half of those cryogenic places have had some kind of shutdown over the years, and yeah,
Power
Yeah,
outage.
yeah, what happens then?
rotting meat rots.
Right?
You just got a football basically to toss around. What do you think, Lovecraft?
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was good. I saw this one in the theater when it came out, like opening night. So I was really on board with seeing it when it originally came out. I watched it probably 3 or 4 times since then, and just again a couple days ago. So no, it was good, and I know I really like the vehicles and little tanks and stuff like that they made. I thought they did pretty good with what they had access to make it work, and yeah, some pretty big names in it though. I definitely liked it.
I did like the vehicles. You bring up a good point. It's pretty cool. The armored carriers and stuff, and
Yep, yeah, they looked pretty good.
like the sports car that Rene
But they
Russo
didn't have
was in.
self-driving cars.
No, they had computer screens though. Remember when the laptop kept opening up?
Yeah,
and
it kept popping
shutting
open.
Oh, that was hilarious. Oh no, I'm afraid of the dark.
Now, why did the guy keep saying, the bodyguard keeps saying, as long as you keep my grandma happy?
Because he actually explained that. A lot of people didn't have hope, but the Freejack, what was his name?
Emilio Estevez.
Yeah,
Alex Furlong.
Alex
Yes.
Furlong, thank you. Was defying the system, and so that was bringing people hope. I mean, basically, the guy out on the pier said the same thing,
Okay.
that he was bringing hope, and same thing with the bodyguard that died. His grandma was happy that somebody was bucking the system.
Got it. Okay.
How do you think the name Alex Furlong was a nod to Edward Furlong and Terminator, since that had coming from the future back to the past?
Maybe.
I thought it was kind of a nod to racing because horses race in furlongs and distance and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true too. Hey, Russo was hot. Now they didn't really do too much aging, I don't think.
No, they kind of picked somebody that could have been any age-ish. So they did okay with that. And there was the mildest of gratuitous nudity. Barely any at all.
Who was nude in this?
There was the scene in the club. Flash by for a second, seriously. And then the closest they came other than that was when he was outside of the whorehouse. And that was electrical tape.
Those got these eagle eyes for nudity on screen. I didn't even notice that. Now, do you remember the first time you saw this?
Not specifically. Probably it was probably like, well, what year did it come out? 91?
91, 92.
So it was probably like 92, 93 that I saw it, and it would
Okay.
have been at home.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you remember how long it took you to pick up that it was going to be Anthony Hopkins' character that inhabit.
I don't remember specifically on that one.
I picked that up pretty quickly. And I thought, well, he's probably in love with her, and this is the only way that. Well, by the way, spoilers.
There weren't a whole lot of surprises in this movie.
Yeah. I give it a thumbs up.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I thought the ending was funny.
There's a lot of CGI in the ending too when they finally meet Anthony Hopkins, McDiddle, whatever.
And they're doing the brain transfer.
Oh yeah. He's got his hands on the Tesla balls or whatever, and shooting sparks everywhere.
Not even close.
But I thought that he really did know the code, the security code of that guy. I didn't realize he was lying, and Mick Jagger knew he was lying.
So didn't he tell him to enter in a bunch of numbers and to hit enter to transfer over?
Mm-hmm. But that was just BS.
To delete them. It was, yeah.
Right. So I figured that whatever those numbers were his code numbers, social security number, whatever the hell you want to call it.
McCandles can't drive.
McCandles, that's his name.
McCandlez, I think it was.
We pick the next movie?
Sure.
Go for it. I think we've got to start adding more to the list again.
Probably.